Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana and this channel is usually about skincare and sunscreen, but today we're doing my other favorite thing, which I'm kind of gearing a little bit away from, not toward, but makeup, and in particular tubing mascara. I will always cover tubing mascaras, and I probably will always cover some variation of skin tints, but like I've said in like a lot of my more recent videos, I am kind of taking makeup and putting it on the back burner while skincare and sunscreen are on the front. But of course, tubing mascara is like one of the main reasons I started this channel. So I will always review that. And if you don't like that, just skip over the video. Not a big deal. But today we have a mascara that I'm holding in front of my face so you can't see me. And this is the Stila. Talking is still very hard for me today. Stila Stay All Day Mascara, tubing mascara. Do they call it a tubing mascara? So they don't call it a tubing mascara on here, but they definitely call it a tubing mascara on the website. And just so, like, spoiler alert, it is a tubing mascara, so no qualms about that. I will show you guys when I take it off at night, just because I like to show you how tubing mascara comes off and actually if it's a real tubing mascara or not. But I am going to apply it. Obviously, I have no mascara on, and just kind of talk through the things about it because there's some things to talk about. First off, it's $25. I bought it at Ulta. I'm sure you can buy it. I think it's on Sephora now. Stila, it's just a very like prevalent brand. You can find it pretty much anywhere. $25 is pretty pricey. It's not the most expensive. I have some that are $30. They get up even more. It's ridiculous. But this is not cheap at all. So it's not a drugstore tube mascara. I don't even look and tell you guys how much is in there just because, like, I don't know. I feel like it's a mascara. It's probably gonna go dry before you use it all. And maybe not, but this one is 30.30 fluid ounces or 9 milliliters in case you're wondering. Okay, there's really not much more else to say. I will read the description because I think it's like a little important, but I think the most important thing is just me talking through the wand, what the formula is like, and what it looks like on my eyes. But it says, Stila Stay All Day Tubular, there you go, Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara is a revolutionary vegan tubular mascara formula that defines, lifts, and volumizes without the weight or clumping. So, we are supposed to have definition, we're supposed to have lift and volume. That's a lot to ask for. I do see some of those in what this is, but I want to show you guys what it looks like on my eyes. So I'm gonna zoom in, you're gonna get real close to me, let's get comfortable, let's try this out. But before we get going, I know I talked all that bit and didn't tell you to subscribe or like, but if you are subscribed, or if you're not, give it a big ol' like. If you're not subscribed, come on. We want you here. It helps my channel. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is the mascara. It comes in this kind of like rose gold tube. It does have a nice little clip, like snap, so you know when it's closed, which is really nice. And other than that, it's just a tube of mascara. Now, the brush is where it gets interesting. So let's see. Can you see this curve in the wand? Definitely curved. And it has kind of two sides. This side is more like a normal brush side. So I hope you can kind of see. It's very hard to see, even like in my light, but the rounded side has very short, kind of more plasticky bristles. And then this side is straight and it's got the normal like hair bristles. I don't know how to differentiate plastic and hair. So I mean, you could really do it either way. You could do the rounded part first and then the bristle. I don't really know. There's no rhyme or reason how I do it, but if you think you know, by all means do that. The other thing that I did want to mention is I think it's kind of a flaw in that all of the product kind of just congeals within these two rounded parts. It's very hard to see, especially because it's all black, but it just kind of pools in there. And so, especially because that's supposed to be the side that I think is for definition, it's smaller, it's shorter, it's a plasticky bristles, that's what you typically get for definition. It just kind of goes to that, or goes on to your lashes with no definition. But enough talking, I'm gonna apply. See, I just used the rounded side. We just have a chunk right there. Okay, that took a long time for a mascara. What I learned, and I've used this many times, but I never like kind of sat here and thought about how I would describe it to somebody. It's kind of counterintuitive. I thought that the narrow or the straight side would be the side for volume, which it kind of is, but it actually helps to brush out the clumpiness you get from the rounded side. So I went in with the rounded side because I just wasn't getting anything from the brush side. And then I used the brush side to kind of brush out the clumps, if that makes sense. And it worked pretty well, but it was, you know, if you just go in with that rounded side where all the mascara clumps, you're gonna have just these like clumps how many times can I say clumps? This is not a drinking game. So that's kind of what it did. I'm gonna apply the other side and I will do it off camera so you don't have to sit through the pain of that, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, we have applied the mascara and I learned a few things because I think I was using it completely opposite of how I used it today, with that if you start with the like very clumpy side, and it's intimidating, that's why I did not use it, but the rounded side where all of the product just kind of conglomerates, use that first. This is if you want volume. If you want definition and not as much volume, like a more natural look, this one's just, I don't think it's for you. But if you start with the rounded part with all the clumpy stuff, you put it on and it's like, it takes 5 of your lashes and clumps them into one. But if you rotate it and use the bristle straight side, it kind of brushes them out. It's interesting. I never thought about using it that way. I think I was doing it the opposite way. But when I used it like that, I got a pretty nice look. I would say kind of definition, kind of volume, which is exactly what they said, but it's definitely not a natural look. I would say this is more for me, like if I want that kind of like glammed up look, but it looks pretty good on my lashes. Like I'm not mad at it at all. Did it take a lot of work? Maybe more than I would prefer? Yes, it did. But it wasn't the worst mascara I've tried. But for $25, I probably won't repurchase it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to other people, but I think it's a nice mascara. And I have read some of the reviews on Ulta, and they're just kind of like, this is a design flaw, which I can kind of understand, because the first few times that I used it, I got the same thing, where it's just like way too much mascara is being held in this valley between the two bristles. And I'm gonna try to insert a really close picture or video of this so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And I'll do that here. But what I want to say is if you use it like I did, knowing full well that you're going to be getting a lot of volume, then it works. So use the round part and then brush it out with the straight side. It does take a little bit more work than I would prefer. I wouldn't say this is one I can throw on really quickly just because it does clump all of your lashes together and then you have to brush it out. But I'm not mad. So let me know, what do you think? Would you be purchasing this? It's one of those ones where I'm like, if you really just love the brand, or like for some reason you get it and it's half off or something, sure, it's not a bad mascara. I just don't think I'll repurchase it. And like I said, I'm not going to be recommending it to like my close friends and family. So that wraps it up. I will leave it here, and let me know if you like this video, what you want to see. If you've heard of any tubing mascaras that I haven't covered, please be sure to search my channel. I've covered a lot, but I'm always willing, unless it's like $50, I'm willing to review some new ones. So I'll end here, and I hope you guys are well. See you in my next video. Bye.